Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Another episode of Trash Talk. TJ O'Connor with me as always, my partner Damian the Wolverine Hill. And we're joined tonight by Sean Lucky McPadden, who's fresh off of his fourth professional victory just this past weekend here down in Kansas City. Trash Talk is sponsored as always by Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Ink Shrinks Tattoo, Origin Wellness CBD, The Fighters, and my mom. How you doing, Sean? Fresh off that victory.
You know, I'm just lovely. I'm just chilling, enjoying a little whiskey as a winner likes to do.
Hell yeah. Well, you deserved it, man. I mean, going out there and performing the way you did, getting a finish in the first round and, I mean, in foreign territory, you know. Dude, how did that feel after you got your hand raised and after you were leaving the cage?
You know, I'm just a white boy gangster in there sometimes. What can I say? I came in and, you know, I wanted to, like I said in the pre-interview interview before the fight, I mean, I wanted to go down there. I wanted to make a statement. I wanted to make sure my name was heard. And going there and finishing a tough kid in 2 minutes. Statement heard, statement made.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I feel like you stole the show, in my opinion. I watched the full card, and it was easily the performance of the night, fighter of the night. If they didn't give it away, I did. We talked beforehand, so I know you're going to be repeating yourself to Damian and I, but just for the fans, kind of talk us through the fight a little bit, just from your perspective, because I feel like the way you were able to break it down, I mean, I feel like you get this. So I want to hear you say it again, and I want the fans to have an idea.
Well, like I said in the pre-interview, I predicted that he was going to extend himself and I was going to be able to counter hard and solid. I knew there was going to be a grappling exchange because he was a solid wrestler, and unfortunately I ended up getting taken down. But hey, I got jiu-jitsu in my back pocket, like I said before, man. That's dangerous game you wanted to play. I mean, the fight was just over 2 minutes. I think it was 2 minutes, 2 seconds is what it took me. I won the first couple exchanges pretty dominantly. He ended up landing a takedown when I was coming forward, and I played damage mitigation, and he got desperate into holding that position. And when you get desperate with me, it's only a matter.
Oh, yeah. Well, one of the things that I've seen, and I mean, I've probably seen all of your fights by now, but you do have some good takedown defense. Now, one of the questions that I want to ask you is, you do have good takedown defense, and you also have a really high level jiu-jitsu game. I mean, you said that you got disappointed when he took you down. You didn't want to get taken down. No one wants another guy to score points, but I mean. Do you really feel that bad when they take you down and then you submit them right away, dude? Like, honestly, I wouldn't even resist the takedown anymore. Like it didn't. I lost my question. I don't even know what it was, but that's what I wanted to tell you. He said, dude, stop resisting the takedown. Just let him take you down.
I just gotta stop resisting, right?
Stop, hands up.
Come on. No, I'm really focusing on developing myself into an elite fighter, and I look at the best guys in the UFC, guys who have the highest win percentage. You know, what are they doing? You know, guys with the most fans, guys who are making the most money.
Yeah.
Somebody who I like to really, who I look at and I've studied in the past is Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Phenomenal movement, phenomenal range control, and he's a hard guy to take down and even harder to hold down, right?
Yeah.
I would definitely like to model, my striking kind of like that. I'm more of a boxer. I like to hit people with my hands. I get more satisfaction out of that. Don't know why. Just feels good. But, I've been working my wrestling hard for over the past 6 months, and to kind of get taken down by the first takedown. Don't get me wrong. It was a super deep shot. I kind of walked into it because I was suing him because I had clipped him a couple times at that point. But, it took me like 10 or 15 minutes to kind of pick myself up after the fight. Yeah. I'm hypercritical of myself, and that's just always how I've been. But I'm super stoked. I'm super happy and I'm proud of myself. I went down to KC. I fought the hometown kid who was a tough kid, strong kid, lifetime wrestler, and I did own him from bell to bell. In every
easy work.
I don't want to call it easy work because he's a hell of a fighter. But
yeah, it just looked easy. I'm from the outside perspective. From what I saw, it just looked really impressive. It looked like a really flawless on your end.
I mean,
besides the takedown.
My four professional fights, I've probably been hit in the face under 20 times at this point.
Yeah.
That ain't bad numbers. And Nash is the one who scored the most. So.
Yep.
Yeah. No. When the game is to hit and not be hit, I like those numbers. And you mentioned, the work you put in, and Dick Damien said, it wasn't an easy fight, but you made it look easy. You fought a guy who has professional boxing experience and outboxed him, and a guy who's been a lifetime grappler and finished the fight in a grappling exchange. So, I mean, it shows where you're at, and I just love, how strict you are on yourself, the growth you're looking for, because Damien touched on a little bit. My favorite part of the whole thing was how down you were in your post-fight interview. The guy's he's telling you how great you did, and you're like, yeah, he took me down, but so I mean, it's just those are the things that are going to let you grow. And as a martial artist, when you focus on what's wrong, when everybody's telling you what you did right. So I mean, to that I tip my hat.
Well, thank you, sir. Well, my goal is definitely my first goal, and my goal for 2020 actually is going to be making it into one of the big shows, whether that's Bellator, the UFC, or ONE FC. That's the big focus this year. And then the goal after that is to become a top 10 mainstay in the world. I want people to understand that I am a top 10 elite fighter.
Hell yeah.
Every single time you fight me, you're in danger of getting finished because I'm that real.
Hell yeah. So before we get to the UFC, Bellator, and ONE FC fights, I mean, is there anybody locally that you already have your eye on, or any not any persons in particular, but any promotion or anywhere that you'd like to fight where you think that you'd have a better chance of making a name for yourself nationally?
Well, LFA, man. LFA, February 22nd. They're back at Mystic Lake. I rep them almost all day.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
hell yeah.
And
they'd be stupid not to put you on the card.
Hey.
You're ready.
I'm ready. I'm entertaining. I love to talk. And guess what? I walk that talk, too. So.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it, man. I mean, whoever they want to, put me in there with, I mean, I'm game to accept it. Like, I want good competitive fights, and I hope they find me worthy opponents that'll take me 2 rounds. Yeah. But until then, the lucky train just keeps on chugging.
Yeah. I actually don't know who the champion is for LFA right now, but would you want to snatch up that strap before making it to the UFC or ONE FC? That'd be pretty fucking sweet.
And this really does bring me back to when I've seen, Dan Moret fight Honey Barcelones, or with the Blummer brothers when they fought, is that stud? Some stud Brazilian kid, Leandro Higo. Yeah. Up here, and I remember the build-up, and I got a good relationship with both. I think it was Melvin who fought him. I got a good relationship with Melvin, and I got a good relationship with Dan, and super, super pumped when they were up here, and they got to fight for the RFA belt. It's like, hell yeah, Midwest is about to be put on the freaking map. Unfortunately, to my knowledge, I don't know Minnesota who won a title. And then in Minnesota, I mean, to say I would love for that to happen, absolutely. But my focus is definitely on the bigger shows.
Oh, hell yeah.
Making my name there. If that's the path that, we end up getting led down, absolutely. I'm 100% game. I'm 100% in. winning an LFA title is no joke. That's a real accomplishment, and it's a very short list of people who have done that, and the people who have done that are in the bigger shows for good reasons. So if that's what God's path lies out, or that's how He's got it laid out, and I need to take those extra steps before I get to the UFC or ONE FC or whatever it is. Let's boogie. Let's do it. I mean. Like I said in that post-fight interview, I'm a fighter. I'm here to fight. I stay ready. Whoever, whenever, let's go. So I will say this though: I'm not taking a fight until after Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it unless December 21st for Canterbury somehow gets canceled here in the next what?
Yeah, 2 weeks. They
gotta give me at least 7 days. I'm on suspension till the 14th, I think. So
I love
it. I mean, fight Zach again. There's some kid named Christian Rodriguez fighting on that show too. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I mean,
man.
So basically, just to clear it up, he's not fighting before Christmas unless he gets an offer.
Shut up. They're going to hear that and they're like, oh, well, we got this short notice offer. I mean, and can't even let me enjoy my frozen Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
TJ, shut up and let me drink my whiskey.
No, that's beautiful.
Sorry, TJ.
You go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think that's a perfect way to wrap this up. Man, but before we do, did you really have to freeze all your Thanksgiving dinner, man, too?
Oh, Mama takes care of me. Man. I couldn't eat Thanksgiving when it was, but a week later I'll still eat it. I had stuff, dude. My breakfast was stuffing, turkey, gravy, sweet potatoes.
Oh yeah.
That's a great breakfast to top off a great weekend. Went impressive performance last Saturday. I seen those seats you had on Sunday, and those were nice too. So to top it off with a great meal in between, I mean, can you ask for a better weekend?
Man, Skull Vikes, no, and I got to spend time with my girl. I got to spend all Sunday with my girl, so that was really nice. And getting to see the Vikings kick some butt was even better.
Oh yeah!
And that Daniil Hunter, man, what an animal.
Man, my job, because for the fans who I don't talk about it enough, even though I mention every day. I live down in Colorado, and the Broncos fans have a mind of their own, and for some reason they pretend like Daniil Hunter doesn't exist. And it's my job to make sure they understand that he's the best tackler in the league.
Yeah.
Man, scary.
Well, thank you, Sean, for being on. Everybody that's watching, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to Trash Talk with Damien and TJ. Trash Talk is brought to you again by Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Ink Shrinks Tattoo out of New Brighton, Minnesota, Origin Wellness CBD, TJ's mom, and the fighters. Hit that subscribe button.
Are you listening? Damn.